physically if you're going to win on the road.
Tip-off goes to the Clippers. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So for Toronto right now, Lowry and Ross pairing up in the backcourt. Amir Johnson at the floor with Valanciunas at the pivot. And it's Johnson in at the three spot. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
The Los Angeles Clippers coming to this one after the win against Golden State.
Yeah, and in the end, it wasn't even close. They had points coming from all over the floor.
Boy, they were locked in and ready to roll, and offensively, they just had a rhythm that was impressive.
Now here's Griffin. Picked up 18 points in their last win against Golden State.
You know, he was getting fouled time and again in that game, really delivering from the free throw line. Made a major contribution there.
Here's Redick. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for two. It's on Valanciunas.
J.J. Redick, acquired by the Clippers going into last season. A great fit, but injuries really held him back. First, surgery to repair ligaments in his wrist and a bulged disc in his lower back. Ended up playing just 35 games in the regular season.
That free throw missing. And Redick, were it not for the injuries, is on pace, Clark, for the best season of his 8-year NBA career.
Kevin would have been a career high in points per game. Great efficiency for Redick as well. He flourished playing alongside former ACC rival CP3, Chris Paul.
Now here is Lowry. He's coming off a 34-point game against the Bulls in Chicago.
I thought his rebounding was impressive as well, as he made some big boards, really helped out on the glass, helped his team out big time.
Shot by Johnson, no good.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
Fires from 18. Good.
Well, nice play there to get your first basket of the game.
And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Against Lowry. Johnson outside. Back to Lowry. Toronto working the ball around now. Johnson kicks to Lowry. That's good, and Johnson with the assist. Lowry's got his first 3 points of the game.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Now here's Paul. Last outing we saw him pour in 22. Jordan with the screen on Lowry. And the shot is good.
Oh, man, he goes old school on us with the finger roll.
If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Hi, Kevin. I caught up with head coach Dwayne Casey. He said Chris Paul is a major concern for them because of his ability to lead a team. He said it all starts with Paul because once he gets going and gets everyone involved, the whole team becomes a well-oiled machine. That is something we're definitely worried about.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Shot clock at 3. And here's Barnes for 3. Offensive rebound. Over to the left wing. Traps in the tray. Barnes has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
You can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Lowry with the ball. Averaging 20 points per game. Johnson dishes to Ross. Back to Johnson. Here's Lowry. And that one's good. Lowry's got 5 now. And first quarter, we're about 3.5 minutes in. Clippers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Lowry against Paul. Jordan sets the pick for Paul. And the foul on Valanciunas. That's foul number 2 for him.
Yeah, close, but I didn't think he got on balance quickly enough.
And it's hard to draw charges as quick as players are at this level. That's not an easy bit of work there.
Patterson, he's checked in for Valanciunas. Now here's Griffin. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Now here's Redick. He's guarded by Ross. The shot by Redick, no good. Toronto trailing. back in front with some points right here.
Yeah, you know, they got behind, but they hung in there and maintained contact.
Johnson dishes to Ross. Johnson sends the screen for Ross. Shoots it. Johnson can't get it to go.
That's his comfort zone. So defensively, really nice job challenging the shot.
And here is Paul, averaging 18 points a game. Jordan sets the pick for Paul. And there's the whistle. Foul hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Chris Paul with the best assist-to-turnover ratio in the league last season and led the league in steals per game as well for the 6th time in his career. You talk about the impact he has on a game. Those numbers don't lie.
The Clippers have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
Well, they're doing okay as the season goes on. They're shooting about 76% as a team.
And guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season. Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
The Raptors making a switch here. Hansbrough's checked in, and Paul drills both of them. And Chris Paul's strength so underrated. When he talked about his ability, Clark, to protect the ball offensively and create steals at the other end, that plays a big role, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, strength is so valuable, no matter what position you play. And being a smaller point guard, his strength and quickness allow him to always be out of control or off balance. That's part of his brilliance and greatness.
Making the playoffs was a goal the Raptors have been working towards for a long time. Last year they were able to get back to the postseason for the first time since 2008.
That free throw good from Patterson. Long drought came to a close last year, Clark, for Toronto. It wasn't a long ride in the playoffs, but the Raptors sure provided some excitement.
Well, that Game 7 loss to the Nets, Kevin, broke some hearts. But that's just a young team losing to a veteran team. That always serves you well when you're looking to become more competitive. And ultimately, the Raptors benefit from that type of team.
And that one's good, Griffin.
Very well done. He is a confident, dynamic scorer.
Raptors trailed by 3. Ross pass to Patterson. Ross with a screen on Griffin. Lowry kicks to Hansbrough. That ball's nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
Yeah, me too, Clark. I think anytime you have success pounding the ball inside, you got to continue to go to the well.
Over the last month, let's see how the Toronto Raptors fared in the NBA ranking. 2nd in scoring, 4th in free throw percentage, and they also show up in the top 5 in not giving up the ball. This is a low turnover team. They value possession, and they really concentrate on taking care of the rock.
I think what's most impressive when you talk about those points per game is the fact that they're spreading it around. This is a very unselfish team. They work to get good shots every time down the floor, and they become a very efficient offensive team.
Shot clock at 6. Barnes can't get it to go. Toronto, they've gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Lowry drives in. Patterson, that's good.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. He gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Now here's Paul. He has 6. Pass to Barnes. Redick for 3. And he gets it to go. And the Clippers lead by 2.
These two teams continuing to trade blows like heavyweights in the middle of the ring.
So many times tonight, the energy in this building has gone from one way to the other.
Here's Johnson. He's coming off a 16-point game against Chicago.
And how about his defense? 4 steals on the night. He was so aggressive.
Ross with a wide open look. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Ross against Jordan. There's the dish to Barnes. Jordan sets the pick for Barnes. And there's the pass to Redick. Shot from the wing. Again, Los Angeles. Raptors trailed by 4. Outside Lowry. Patterson a screen on Paul. There's a screen by Hansbrough. Johnson dishes to Patterson. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Trying to make it a 3-point play.
What a play. play. The hoop plus the harm.
Excellent concentration on the finish. That's big time.
Big group substitution here for the Clippers. Glenn Davis is checked in for Griffin. Douglas Roberts comes in for Barnes. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Farmar in for Chris Paul. Williams, he's checked in for Toronto. Vasquez comes in for Kyle Lowry. Here's Farmar. Feeds it to Jordan. Kicks it to Farmar. No good on the three. Toronto's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. Vasquez passes to Hansbrough. There's the feed to Vasquez. He dishes it to Patterson. Johnson from outside, and the shot is good. Johnson's got 5 points so far.
That's pretty much been the norm for them. Getting their points off assists, great ball movement.
Nice rhythm and flow for this team. Tremendous communication and alertness.
Here's Farmar. It's Douglas Roberts on the wing. Outside, Davis. 5 to shoot. T2 from Crawford. That one wide left. The Raptors have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Williams with the ball, and Crawford picks him up defensively. Dishes it to Patterson. Fires the three. Shot is off. And the Clippers will go the other way with it. They get a hand on it. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Raptors.
And they're doing a fantastic job of finding the open man and getting easy looks.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there. Well, Jordan Farmar spent a season playing in Turkey on a lucrative contract, but missed the NBA. And he came back to his hometown of L.A. last season, playing with his old team, the Lakers. Now settled in with their crosstown rivals, the Clippers.
Now, here's Hansbrough. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And Farmar battling injuries last season along with all the other Laker point guards. But when healthy, he's a player.
I agree. Athletic and with quickness to defend. A pretty good mix between scoring and playmaking, too. Just now entering the prime of his career.
Tyler Hansbrough, known as Psycho T back in North Carolina. Big-time banger, seeks contact offensively, and draws a lot of fouls, too.
And Hansbrough single-minded offensively, and I don't mind that. Hey, you catch the ball in positions he gets it in to score. Some would even go so far as calling him a black hole, but, you know, last season he was a little more selective. And I think he had his best season yet as far as scoring efficient.
Down to 5 on the shot clock, and the Clippers miss again.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
Johnson kicks to Vasquez. Back to Johnson. Takes a 3. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And Hansbrough, a pretty good post defender. His physicality really serves him well.
And he's improved his rebounding rate in the last couple of seasons as well. You know, he's got good mobility for his size, so keeps himself in the mix for all those loose balls.
Now here's Williams. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Bulls in Chicago. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Crawford kicks to Farmar. Right wing. From past the arc. Outside for Davis. Davis with a screen on Patterson. There's Crawford with the 3. A rebound by Patterson. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That's foul number 2 for him. Matt Barnes is checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Raptors leading by 3. 44 play in the first quarter. Vasquez dishes to Patterson. And that one goes long.
He got the shot he wanted off that pick. Just couldn't get it to fall.
Steve, they'll take that play all day long, 10 times out of 10. That was good action.
Now here's Crawford. He really played well in that last game against Golden State. And Davis now top of the key. That doesn't go either for Davis.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Williams passes to Vasquez. There's a screen by Hansbrough. From deep, Williams. That's good. Williams has got himself on the board with 3 there. 7 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Davis setting the pick for Crawford. He needs this one. Lays it in without an inch of room around it.
Good defense, but gotta love the finish with the finger roll over the top.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Raptors out in front, leading by 4. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter.
Start your new year with the NBA. Ty Lawson and the Denver Nuggets take on Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls.
And the first quarter is in the books. Looking about ready to get underway. What do you guys think about the Raptors here in this one?
Defense has been key in building this lead. They've really clamped down hard.
They've done a nice job, Steve. I think challenging every shot, a hand up on every shot.
Raptors leading by 4. So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter. Amir Johnson at the 4 with Valanciunas at the pivot. Williams and Ross at the 2 and 3. And it's Lowry in at the 1 spot. Here's Valanciunas. And it's good. Through contact, it's the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Heard the whistle and still kept his focus, able to knock that down.
And that is not easy, Steve. I mean, to take the bump, to maintain control of your body, put it in the hole, tremendous play.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas.
Jonas Valanciunas bulked up going into last season and tore up the NBA summer league. Big things expected, but he sort of plateaued a bit in year 2, but I still think the future's bright for him.
Ball kicks to Griffin. The Clippers keep it alive. Barnes dishes to Paul. 6 to shoot. Good work defensively by Lowry. Toronto's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Let's go down to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Hey, Kevin. Coach Doc Rivers certainly hasn't minced words since joining the Clippers. He's held each player accountable and defined roles. He told DeAndre Jordan he wouldn't run any plays for him, that he just wanted him to focus on defense. Jordan said Doc knows how to reach people. There are egos on every team, and he knows how to control all of that. It's honesty. Refreshing, gentlemen.
Champion with the Celtics. He's one of the best coaches in the league. Thanks, Doris.
Blake Griffin, arguably the top posterizer in the game. Opponents don't like being embarrassed, and they'll take a hard foul on him if need be. Some have said that Griffin needs to retaliate for his own well-being. He's got to go back at some of those guys.
And Griffin has said he thought about retaliating for the hard fouls, but he said, Steve, you know, it might be best for me, but getting suspended would be very bad for my team. He had his head on straight, obviously.
Well, yeah, credit him for trying to keep his cool and not get caught up in the moment. But understand that, there's always a two-way street. He oftentimes initiates the contact, and he's such a physical player that he's always going to get caught up and tangled up in the corner.
Second shot opportunity. With that shot, the Raptors is cut to just 5 points in the basket from Blake Griffin.
Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, getting the ball into the post should be their first option every time down. Force the defense to adapt and adjust.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play.
Valanciunas, a young big man with some offensive promise. He can score on the left block. He's developing a nice touch from mid-range. Very intriguing player with that size and skill set.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas. Valanciunas, a mobile 7-footer with good hands. It's a nice start.
It's always a great place to start when you're a big guy. And you catch not only good passes, but you catch bad ones and finish them around the rim who can do all this.
Ball passes to Redick. And there's the 3-second violation. Toronto leading by 8. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Lowry kicks to Johnson. Second chance effort. Rejected by Griffin. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Los Angeles. Goes up off the inbound. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Puts it down. Wow.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hang finish.
Now they're not backing off at all, are they?
Well, who's had the hot hand from the 2 position over the last 10 games? Highest field goal percentages right here on the 2K leaderboard. Take a look at Redick, 4th in the league and as consistent as they come.
Just ask this group. Sometimes when you're hot, you're hot. And it's a comforting feeling for a coach to know you've got one of those guys roaming the perimeter.
And not just on the perimeter. I mean, all of these players drive the lane very effectively. Yeah, they're excellent outside shooters, but it's getting to the rim and finishing in close quarters that puts those percentages high.
And a great assist by Ball as that one goes in. Redick's got 7 points.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Right side, Williams. Back to Lowry. Shot clock at 5. The Raptors need to get a shot. Shot's good. 8 points for him.
It seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. It's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That is his first foul of the game. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Clock at 6. Here's Redick. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for it. And it's Lowry penetrating. Johnson dishes to Lowry. Williams kicks to Ross. Paul with the steal. 3-pointer. Toronto grabs the miss. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
It was a very one-sided matchup last year, that's for sure. They came up empty against this club on the road and in the game played in their home building.
Ball against Ross. 4 on the shot clock. Back to Williams. Pulls from the top of the key. Goes back up. Valanciunas, good. And it's an 11-point Raptor lead.
You know, that putback's about as easy as it's going to get. You have to put a body on someone down there.
Well, no box out, that's the result you get right there.
Steve, moments ago talking about last year's meeting, that was probably hard to swallow for a team that was typically the one doing the sweeping part, not getting swept.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, there's still no shame in losing twice to these guys. It happened to a lot of teams, even some very good ones, so they need to keep their heads high.
The Clippers have missed a few free throws up to this point, shooting 4-7 from the foul line tonight, and he makes the first.
Blake Griffin has been an all-star from his first season. He came in averaging 22 and 12. It's not always easy to improve on numbers like that, but Griffin, bit by bit, is doing just that.
Patterson, he's checked in for Toronto. Patterson setting the pick for Lowry. From down in the low post, it goes. Lowry's got the lead up to 11 now for the Raptors.
And his man straight into that screen to open the lane up for the hoop.
Here's where Toronto sits right now in the league ranking. Second in scoring, second in fewest turnovers per game. And they're the third-ranked team in free throw percentage. A number of players on that team are very comfortable and capable at the foul line.
And I think what's most impressive when you talk about those points per game is the fact that they're spreading it around. This is a very unselfish team. They work to get good shots every time down the floor, and they become a very efficient offensive team. And Griffin improving offensively. Our defense has come slower. He's got short arms, relatively speaking, and that limits him as a shot blocker. He can do better, avoiding cheap fouls and reacting more quickly in help situations. Okay, with his work ethic, there's no reason he can't get there.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Clippers trailed by 11. Paul outside. Jordan with the screen on Lowry. Paul. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his 4th rebound in this one. And for Griffin, perhaps not quite as voracious rebounder as he was in his first couple seasons.
But Kevin, still 10 a game or close to 10 a game, that's still a pretty strong number in the NBA. And he did play with the league's leading rebounder in DeAndre Jordan.
Right at the free throw line. Again, the miss by Paul.
This quarter has not been his best. The defense may be starting to affect him a little bit.
Williams kicks the lob. This is it to Valanciunas. Barnes grabs the miss.
I like the work there, contesting that shot. It looked like it was going to be easy, but they forced the miss.
You know what? He got it in close, but couldn't finish in traffic.
Paul against Lowry. Pass to Barnes. Just 5 to shoot. Redick with the bucket.
Shaking off 4 first quarter shooting effort. Really starting to turn it on now, guys.
Williams kicks to Lowry. Williams has a screen for Lowry. Shot off the pick. And Griffin sends it back. And he gets it back. No one covered. And that's now 6 points for Lou Williams.
Well, it's obvious the difference in this quarter has been their dominance on the offensive board.
Yeah, I think you're right, Clark. A lot of second chance points. They're not resting on their lead. They're really being aggressive and attacking the lane.
Redick with the 3. Here's Jordan. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
Boy, he crashed the boards with purpose right there. Well-deserved second chance points for him.
So, timeout called here. The first for Toronto. DeAndre Jordan leading the NBA last season in 3 separate categories, Steve. Rebounding, slam dunks, and field goal percentage.
Yeah, those last 2 are related, of course. You look at his shot chart, and it's basically a green dot right around the basket. I mean, pretty much all of his attempts coming right at the rim, mostly on putbacks or lobs.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Chris Douglas-Roberts checked in for Barnes. Crawford comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's Farmar in for Paul. That's good. Hansbrough's got 6.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys. And it's paid dividend.
Yeah, it sure has, Clark. As many points as they've gotten in the paint, they really haven't had to do much on the perimeter.
Catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Yes, guys, I was able to hear Dwayne Casey coaching his team during that break. He said their plan was to run their offense through Lowry. Coach would like to see him utilized in the offense as much as possible. We can expect to see them going to him constantly. Well, Coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
All right, Doris, thanks.
And for Jordan, last season with Doc Rivers coming in as coach, his role was clearly defined, laid out in crystal clear fashion. Defense and rebound. But Rivers put high expectations within that role, expecting him to contend for Defensive Player of the Year.
And Douglas-Roberts drops them both.
Jordan playing full starters minutes for the first time in his career last season. Just about doubled his rebounds per game. He's a candidate for most improved player.
Pass to Vasquez from downtown. Rebound by the Clippers. Jordan's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Pulls up and is on a dive to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. On defense, Toronto. Jordan with a screen on Lowry. Now Farmar. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Douglas Roberts. Sinks the three-pointer. Douglas Roberts has got 5 points so far.
Having much more success here in the second after missing on a few chances that they had earlier. They've locked in and zoned in here now.
Patterson passes to Lowry. Hit his leg. And they're saying he kicked the ball. Los Angeles making a switch here. Davis is checked in. Davis against Patterson. He kicks it to Johnson. From outside the arc. There's a whistle. It goes on Tyler Hansbrough. That's foul number 2 for him. Clippers trail by 8. Here's Farmar. Davis with a screen on Lowry. Farmar dishes to Crawford. They're good from outside. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Vasquez, that's good. And the Raptors lead by 11. We've got 1:55 left to play in the first half. Now Farmar. Right side, Jordan. Off target from the wing.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
Any extra possessions that you can get, either through steals or rebounds, are so critical in this game.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they built this lead for themselves here.
Here's Farmar. He feeds it to Davis. And stolen by Patterson. Johnson against Douglas Roberts. Johnson kicks to Hansbrough. There's a screen by Hansbrough. Lowry passes to Johnson. Back to Lowry. Toronto working the ball around now. Vasquez can't get it to go. Clippers trail by 13. 44 seconds left in the first half. From the baseline. Here's Jordan. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
They have got to put a body on him, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive line.
The Clippers have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them. Free throw good, Jordan.
You know, there have been talk of the Clippers trading DeAndre Jordan for Kevin Garnett 2 summers ago. The Clippers have to be happy they didn't make that trade. Sometimes the best trades are the ones that aren't made. KG's still getting it done, but Jordan is going to be their center for a long time.
Whistle blows. It's going to be a travel. Los Angeles has gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Jordan with the screen on Lowry. Here's Farmar. And so he draws the foul on the shot on a trip to the line to shoot 2. This is his second trip to the free throw line.
Look at the numbers for him on the line this year. 88% of the season. Impressive number.
Yeah, guys, I mean, he's been a very steady hand for them when it comes to his free throw shooting.
12 seconds left now here in the second. In the corner, it's Patterson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 6 assists now in the game. Now here is Douglas Roberts. Here's Farmar. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Boy, he had a good look at that one. Hate to miss that shot.
And that does it for the first half of play. Raptors lead by 12. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yes, Kevin, here with Doc Rivers. And Doc, so far in this game, do you feel like the team is struggling getting good looks?
I don't mind the shots. They're good shots for the most part. I would like extra passes every once in a while. But overall, our shots are not bad. We got to get stops.
Coach, thank you for the time. Gentlemen, back to you.
Okay, Doris, much appreciated. And now for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
job guarding against Lowry.
He's got 13 points and 6 assists. I'll tell you what, he's made his mark on this game in so many ways, guys.
Yeah, just on the strength of his defense alone, we would have stood out, but his offense has been outstanding as well.
CP3 at point with Redick there at the back. Blake Griffin down low and DeAndre Jordan. And it's Barnes, and it's the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers.
Kyle Lowry, an unrestricted free agent this offseason. Last year playing really well in a contract year. The question is, can he maintain that level of play now with this new deal?
And Lowry, one of the more underrated players in the NBA, but he's also gotten into it with coaches in the past 2.
Yeah, you know, some locker room concerns, you can rub folks the wrong way, but I tend to always want to give the player the benefit of the doubt in this situation until you know for sure what the issues are. Nothing wrong with a little sandpaper coming from the player without the
Johnson, he's checked in for Patterson. Picked by Griffin. Paul kicks to Redick. Shot clock at 5. Releases. Blocked. And Ross with the slam.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
And why not? I mean, the more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Griffin sets the screen for Barnes. The dish to Redick. Fires from the corner, and that one's good. Redick's got 12 in the game.
You know, I don't think it's ever too late to make a sweet time. I mean, even if you're halfway through your shot, you might find a better one with 4 teammates.
There's the pick. Lowry dishes to Valanciunas. Up top, Ross. Guarded by Jordan. Lowry kicks to Ross. Off target with his 3. Clippers trail by 13. Redick passes to Jordan. That's good. He has 7.
I really think that's the area they want to work the ball into, and it takes passing like that to get it done.
And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Ross with a screen on Paul. The drive by Lowry. Now the pass to Ross. Feeds it to Johnson. Trying to find Johnson. He's got it now. That's in coming off an assist from Johnson. Johnson's got his second bucket.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Ball outside. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Paul's got 10 points.
And they made 3 of their first 4 shots here to start this half.
The drive by Lowry. Ross on the wing. Back to Lowry. A floater. Change shot, and he lays it up and in. 12 points for him.
That sort of epitomizes this game. There's one team going all out, and rebounds and putbacks, and the team just dragging.
Some very valuable players right here. Big men who can create turnovers for their teammates inside. These are the power forwards and centers with the most assists in the past month. Blake Griffin, number 1.
Well, I don't care what level you're talking about, high school, college, the pros. When you have the combination of size and passing skill that he does, what a huge advantage.
And more than anything, I like the fact he's a master of the kick-out pass. He's got a great awareness of when one of his teammates gets open on the perimeter, and he's a willing passer in that situation.
Nobody near Barnes. And yep, and the drops it rolling around the rim. Barnes has got 5 points so far. Raptors leading by 11. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, Chris Paul, as you know, has accomplished so much in the NBA, but he's ready for that ultimate prize. As Paul said, that's the only thing that matters now. At this point in my career, I'm only focused on building for the postseason, because that's where you make your name, and that's where you make your imprint on history. He's looking to add to that wonderful legacy, guys.
He certainly is. Thanks, Doris.
Oh, you can see that desire on the court. He's so focused.
Redick in dishes to Griffin. Kicks it out to Paul. Again, the miss by Paul.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
Ball against Lowry. Now here's Johnson. He's got 5. Lowry drives in. And the Raptors tack on 2 more.
They've been getting it inside at every opportunity and getting results, too.
It's a great formula. It's really a sign that the offense is clicking.
They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
Got to get going. Paul kicks to Barnes. And it's off from 3-point range.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers. It certainly feels a lot bigger than it is.
Well, the score has a lot to do with that. Or just based on that, you think the rebounding gap would be huge.
Ross passes to Valanciunas. Kicks to Ross. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Paul can't hit from in close.
Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
Ross with a wide open look. That's in there. Johnson with the assist. Johnson's got his 4th assist in this one. Redick with it. 12 points for him. Ball outside. Ball right side. Again, the miss by Paul. Raptors leading by 17. And here's Lowry. 18 points for him. On the wing, Johnson. Now the feed to Johnson. Banked in off the glass. Johnson's got 6 points.
Well, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Well, and that's why they're on this run, guys. They're getting the ball inside and getting really high percentage looks.
Now Barnes. He has 5. Jordan with a screen on Ross.
All right, a chance to check out some stats for Kyle Lowry. Lately, he's been untouchable. He's been in the zone. You see how his performances match up. He's averaging 19 points a game, 9 assists, and 4 rebounds. So much of what this team does on offense comes from him.
Exactly. I mean, he's their leading scorer, and a lot of the possessions run through him.
Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And Toronto also making a switch. Williams is checked in.
When you take the crown in the Pacific Division, you have to make sure you fare well against the Eastern Conference, and the Clippers did just that last season.
Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Barnes has got his 3rd rebound tonight. Redick with it. Williams picks him up. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Well, the Clippers did well against the East, as you said. 21-9 record for them last year. A lot of those teams did short-handed as well.
That's what's impressive to me, Clark, about the Clippers. A lot of teams out west took down the East, but the Clippers never seemed to get healthy until late.
Yeah, it seemed like it was the last week of the season or so before they had a roster that was fully healthy.
And the Clippers making a change here. Davis is checked in. He dishes it to Paul, and Valanciunas with the block.
Now he's missing a lot of shots out here. Offensively, he just has not been able to produce in this quarter.
Ross on the wing, defended by Paul. Ross against Paul. 13 feet away. Ross, that's good. Ross has got 6 here in this quarter. And now we'll get a perspective here on the hustle game. How it's been going for the Raptors.
We've seen them make that extra effort rotating from the weak side, closing out on their airspace and really sending shots back.
The number of second chance points they've gotten is also impressive. I mean, they've kept so many possessions alive with offensive rebounds.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Douglas Roberts comes in for J.J. Redick. And it's Farmar in for Paul. Here's Griffin. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Well, he earned that one. Took the hit knock it down.
Yeah, fantastic body control. And the will to get it done. You like that focus. Well, Jamal Crawford has proven that no matter what role he plays, you just call him bucket. He can flat out put the ball in the basket. You got to give him a lot of credit, though. He does change his game quite a bit depending on if he's coming off the bench or starting. I think that speaks to his IQ.
Here's Farmar. Griffin a screen on Williams. Here's Farmar. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over.
Really aggressive play, taking it to the rim against the big man.
Tell you what, I love that fearless attitude.
Patterson setting the pick for Williams. Dishes to Vasquez. Patterson a screen on Crawford. Williams kicks to Johnson. The Clippers grab the miss.
He's been trying to add that mid-range shot to his arsenal, but it still isn't there.
Here's Farmar. He's guarded by Williams. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a three-point play.
You know, one story that didn't get a lot of press last season, 2 days after the Bledsoe trade had been given the go-ahead, the ownership tried to back out of it. The trade was already public news, and Doc Rivers actually threatened to quit before their ownership backed down.
Passes it to Hansbrough. Outside Williams, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. And for J.J. Redick, that shakeup must have been tough. His contract with the Clippers was contingent on the trade.
And Kevin, reportedly, Doc Rivers leaned on ownership pretty hard, saying, hey, I shook hands on this. Don't make me look bad here. Our reputation's at stake. It all worked out, but a reminder of the Clippers was rather dysfunctional. Some fantastic numbers here for Patterson. He's got 10 points. He was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
Yeah, he's defending very well, Clark. He's disrupting the offense. He's playing the passing lanes, trying to put as much pressure on as possible.
A new front office starting last season for the Toronto Raptors, and it seems the roster of the team is going to be subject to some changes as well as the team shed some of the big money players who hadn't been able to lead the squad to many wins in the past. But now they're looking to a promising future.
And it comes off the front of the rim. Toronto leading by 16. Patterson setting the pick for Williams. Pass to Hansbrough. Johnson against Crawford. Here's Hansbrough. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Hansbrough's got 4 points this quarter.
And from the jump, the Raptors said they didn't want to be stuck in no man's land. That is too good to draft top-tier players, but not good enough to truly contend. They're trying to be forward-thinking and save their big contracts for real difference makers.
Well, the Raptors front office, Clark, looking for players who bat, want energy and toughness.
Yeah, exactly. They'll look at the stats, but at the end of the day, they want players that talk and fight. I think that's a great emphasis to make it one of your core pillars culturally as a team.
Here's Williams. He has 7. We've got 1:18 left here in the third quarter. Patterson with the screen. Vasquez dishes to Patterson. He goes up again. Johnson wide open. He fired. The good-looking shot from the wing. Johnson's got 7 points in the game. Clippers trailed by 18. Now Farmar. He has 7. Griffin a screen on Williams. Here's Farmar. Rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 7 rebounds in the game.
And that'll increase their rebound advantage. They've definitely been winning that battle on the board.
Well, the main thing is they haven't allowed any second chance opportunities. That is always going to allow you to maintain your lead.
On the wing, Douglas Roberts. Guarded by Vasquez. Crawford, no luck. Toronto leading by 18. Patterson passes to Williams. A high post shot and a foul on the the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Blake Griffin.
Easy call there.
No question about that one. You can hear the impact from where I am.
Raptors have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
Well, how about the numbers for this club? As a team, 79% from the free throw line this year.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
Now Farmar. Crawford outside. He nailed the buzzer beater.
Right between the eyes is how you would say it, Kevin. But here, what a tremendous play with the pressure.
It's a special New Year's Eve NBA celebration. Anthony Davis and the New Orleans Pelicans go up against Tim Duncan in the...
And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Well, it had to be this play, don't you think, Kevin?
Sure.
This is just a phenomenal pass. Made the defense look like no idea what was going on.
What precision with that pass. Clippers trailed by 18. On the court for Toronto to start the 4th. Amir Johnson with the 4 with Valanciunas at the pivot. Lowry out there with Vasquez. And it's Ross in at the 3 spot. Redick inside the line. That's short off the rim. Toronto's gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. 6 of 15. Now here's Vasquez. Left side Lowry. Tries to keep it alive. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. Terrible turnover.
Crawford drives in. Pass to Barnes. And off the left side of the rim. And it swirls in for it. Barnes has got the first field goal of the 4th quarter here for Los Angeles. About a minute played here in the 4th quarter. Back to Lowry. The 3. Can't get it to go. So the Clippers will take it the other way.
He's not exactly striking them from deep. He had 1 3 ball in the first half. Still bageled in the second. And Steve, not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge too.
Yep, well deserved. And they have worked their tails off on the glass.
Here's Johnson. Through on the 14-footer. And the Raptors lead by 18.
Well, there you go. If you're going to continue to give up open jump shots, you're not going to get back into this game.
Ross against Crawford. Here's Paul. Accurate with the jumper from the elbow.
How about that? Gets it off right in the face of the big fella. Quick release.
And operating on the perimeter like that negates some of the height disadvantage too.
We're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter in this one. Lowry drives in. And J.J. Redick picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Full 24-second shot clock. The dish to Vasquez. Lets it go from deep.
They haven't had as much success here in the second half from the 3-point line. That hasn't kept them from staying on the lead. They've missed more 3-pointers this half, but they're still in good shape.
Paul kicks to Redick. Barnes screen on Ross. Outside for Jordan. Crawford, no one around him. And it's good. Assistant on the play was Jordan. And that's now 7 points for Crawford. Raptors leading by 13. And it's Lowry penetrating. And Valanciunas kicks to Ross. Feeds to Lowry. And right away they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Lowry's got 21 in the game for Los Angeles. They've gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. The pass to Redick. Ball outside. In the corner, it's Crawford. Just 5 to shoot. Shoots. Toronto grabs the miss. Lowry's got his 4th rebound in this one. With it. He's picked up by Paul. Vasquez dishes to Valanciunas. A leaner and off the glass. That one's good. And the Raptors lead by 18.
Yeah, they're going to need some help there defensively. That matchup is going to be a tough one to deal with.
Jordan sets the pick for Paul. Puts it up from 15. That one goes. No.
He should thank the defense for those 2 points. Really, nobody paid him any mind there.
Raptors leading by 16. Ross kicks to Johnson. Lowry with the ball. Ross sets a screen for Lowry. Ross on the wing. Barnes grabs the miss. Barnes has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Ball outside. And Redick kicks to Crawford. Right side. He feeds it to Redick. Beyond the arc. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
It looks to me like he still has some of the shooting touch that he displayed in the first.
Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter.
Well, Doc Rivers coached Ray Allen for years in Boston. He knows how to utilize a knockdown shooter like J.J. Redick.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Jamal Crawford. James Johnson's checked in for Toronto. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Yes, guys, I was able to hear Dwayne Casey coaching his team during that break. He said, we are this close to finishing them off, but the job is not done yet, and I don't want to see any let-up out there. We'll see how well his point got across, guys.
And thank you for that, Doris.
Redick is absolutely remarkable coming off screens. Triple threat. Square up and knock it down quickly. And he also has become a creative ball handler. Drive a little bit now and create for others.
To the left side wing. Here's the 3. Can't hit. Now Toronto takes it the other way. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Johnson, the pass to Lowry. To the middle. Here's Valanciunas. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And you love the way Redick Steve reads the defense coming off those pin down.
He's really rounded out his game. He's a capable playmaker, much better defender. You know, he's a pure shooter, but he's not a one-trick pony. He can hit that floater and get to the rim.
Kicks it to Paul. His 4th foul of the game. Toronto leading by 15. To the inside. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession.
Such a careless pass. Got to keep your head in the game here.
LA has gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Barnes against Johnson. Barnes dishes to Jordan. Here's Lowry. Kicks it to Johnson. And there's the feed to Ross. Ball against Lowry. 6 to shoot. Here's Valanciunas. And it is flushed down with a nice jam. No challenge from the defense there. Clark could have put that one through any way he wanted.
And I love the choice there, Clark. Going hard to the hoop. That
invisible defense leading to a very visible finish.
Jordan sets the pick for Griffin. Off the screen. Offers off the pick and hammers it home.
That's basketball 101, guys. I mean, elementary. Use the screen to free yourself and then take it straight to the rack.
Yeah, very nice set play for him.
That's using your head and using your body.
Here is Ross. Back to Lowry. Up and in on the layup. Lowry's got 10 points in just the second half.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over.
a screen for Paul. Now Griffin inside. Jordan trying to free himself up and out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. Here's Lowry. Into Johnson. Nice pass. Nice catch and a resounding dunk.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spot. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Barnes kicks to Paul. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense.
For years, the Raptors have been a doormat for a lot of teams out west. Easy win, but last year they were one of the best teams in the East when it came to playing against the West.
Barnes screen on Johnson. And the wide open shot from Paul. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. 17 points for Chris Paul. He's leading by 16. Outside Lowry. Johnson, the pass to Ross. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Jordan's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Raptors were one of just a few Eastern teams to go over 500 against the Western Conference when they went head-to-head.
Yeah, I think it had to do with the Raptors' ability to get hot. You know, when this team is hitting their shots, they can compete with anybody. And there really isn't much an opponent can do about it.
They get it back.
Boy, look at the rebound total. He is absolutely dominating.
Well, that's been something to watch. My goodness.
This is the Barnes. Off target from three-point range. Toronto, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth and even 50%. Lowry kicks to Ross. He dishes it to Johnson. From 12 feet out, he squares up and sinks it. Johnson's got 4 points this quarter.
You know, Kevin, he's not always looking to put up big numbers, but he's doing a nice job here.
Clippers trailed by 16. Al Paul. Jordan sets the pick for Paul. Passes it to Redick. The tray. Toronto grabs the miss. They led the game at 1 point by 20. Johnson left side. And stolen by Jordan. To the inside. Here's Redick. That drops and it comes off an assist from Jordan. Redick's got 9 points here in the second half. Raptors leading by 14. Lowry kicks to Johnson. Left block shot on the way. Nice D from Griffin. Los Angeles has got 3 of their 6 three-pointers to fall here in the fourth. It's tipped and is out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession.
Nice play to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
I tell you what, guys, if he gets there a fraction earlier, that's a steal.
Right side, Griffin. Three-pointer. And Chris Paul the bucket on the assist by Griffin. And that's now 20 points for Chris Paul.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
Lowry against Paul. Johnson with a screen on Paul. Ross dishes to Lowry. Johnson the pass to Lowry. 5 to shoot. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official. Career best performance from Kyle Lowry last season, posting best in scoring and assists. A lot of people felt like he was the player most egregiously overlooked when it came to the All-Star game.
Jordan sets the pick for Paul. Pass to Jordan. To the left wing. Griffin a screen on Ross. Here's Redick. Terrific design on the mid-foot. He lays it in. Redick's got 11 in the second half. Raptors leading by 11.
Clock ticks down, and this is going to be a solid victory here for the Raptors.
This was Toronto's a very efficient offense tonight.
They knock down their shots. I mean, a little luck didn't hurt either. A lot of their 50-50 shots went in the basket.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And once it becomes official, this win will give them a nice boost down the road when they face this club again in the second and third games of the season series.
Yeah, predictably, the stats tell us that the winner of the first game is a big favorite to come out on top in the overall series.
You always need role players to step up and help, and that was the case here as everything was working for Kyle Lowry. And a big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving and finding guys when they would flash open. You know, if this had come earlier, they might have been able to get back into it.
Yeah, but as it is, too little, too late.
The Raptors have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. A costly foul there. He'll shoot 3 free throws. And the Clippers get called for the foul. Chris Paul picks up that one.
Well, there were a lot of amazing performances last season, but one that I didn't see coming was Terrence Ross notching 51 points early in 2014. That was just out of the blue.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Glenn Davis is checked in for Jordan. Douglas Roberts comes in for Barnes. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And it's Farmar in for Paul. And with Ross in his big point explosion, Clark, the opportunity was there for...
Ridiculous. Tore it down that time.
Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
Oh, man, that was a circus dunk.
Well, for the Raptors, they can just run out the clock. Now, here's Vasquez. Farmar takes it away. Pull up Jay. No good. Here's Davis, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. How much to be critical of at this win, Clark?
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play.
Kyle,